Today on the channel, we build Ursa Major. We also rank the set in order from my favorite to least favorite. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review, kind of. Today on the channel, we're actually building the bear. The old Build-A-Bear. I feel like I'm taking my kids to the mall, but no, we're building Ursa Major, the Marvel Legends Iron Man Wave Build-A-Figure from the Winter Guard, of course. And I gotta tell you, this is the one that I was the most excited about in this Marvel Legends Wave. So we're gonna build this bad boy, put them together, and then in the back half of this video, we're gonna rank the entire set from my favorite to least favorite. So get your notes ready. You guys tell me which one's your favorite, which one's your least favorites as well. And if you did miss any of the reviews of this set, they're all up on the channel. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. But you can go back and watch those videos before you watch this one if need be. Or hey, check out the bear. But without further ado, let's get to the bear. Not quite the Build-A-Bear at the mall like I was referring to earlier. There's no stuffing put in these. There's no outfits to pick out. You just gotta click them together. And sometimes, as we know with these Build-A-Figures, sometimes they go together smoothly. Sometimes they're a challenge. Let's hope, keep the fingers crossed, this one goes smoothly. So let's start it off with the big centerpiece. We'll put the back in first. Why not? Put the back together. Clicks in very easily. There we go. We're off to the races. Off to the races. How about this other back piece here? Kind of the fur over the top. As you guys know, it's a bear. He's got to be furry. Click the arm in. Bam, the arm goes right in. Like so. So far, we're batting 1,000 here. We're liking it. The other arm goes in well. The head, how about we'll knock him in right now? Perfect. I love it. Oh, I love it. I love this one already. Now, the legs are always the ones that'll fight you. And this one's no different, it seems to be. Hopefully, I don't have to take this off camera and heat it up. We've had to do that in the past, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, it's definitely fighting. He's a fighting. Let's see if the other leg's fighting, too. This one's a lot. Still a little bit of a fight to it. Boy, oh boy. Sometimes these legs, like I say, they don't go together the best. And this seems to be the case with old Ursa Major. He's fighting me big time. Give it one more try, and then I might have to go heat him up. Oh, come on. All right, I'm going to go. I've lost the battle. He's kind of in there, but not as tight as I would like it. So let me take it off camera. Let me get him heated up, and we'll come back. All right, we're back. I just had to give it a little bit of a hair dryer on each leg and got the legs back in, and beauty. It's a beauty. I love this Ursa Major. This thing is what I wanted it to be for the most part. Is it absolutely perfect? It is not, but it's pretty close to it. And I gotta tell you, I'm like most of you guys probably out there, Ursa Major is nowhere near my favorite superhero comic book character of all time. Nowhere even near the list, but you can't deny how cool a big, mean, tough, large-sized Build-A-Figure bear is. I mean, this is what I want out of my Build-A-Figures. I love a hairy creature. I've said it before. I love the Bigfoots of the world. I'll throw a big bear in here. You put it with your Sasquatch, your Wendigo Build-A-Figures. I like this a lot. Few things I don't like about this, and there's very few things. I do wish the mouth opened and closed. For some reason, I thought we saw that. I must have been dreaming it. Must have had a great dream about it. But I thought that mouth moved open and closed. I think that would have been a really cool feature. Also, if you move his arms all the way up, you do knock this fur off. So that is a little bit annoying, but you just got to work around it, I think is what you got to do. But articulation-wise, you got the knees, you got the ankles, you got the waist. Yeah, the waist turns. I was going to say it's not moving, but it is. The head does move pretty good, so you can move it around there. I do and I don't like the paws on this thing. You can put the paws up like that, but then you get that big joint right there, which a little annoying, but you got some good articulation and some good hand movement to get some different poses for the arms. We're not double-jointed knees, not double-jointed elbows, and I don't know if you really need them on a big figure like this. And that's truly what this is. This is a big bear creature. I think this is just absolutely solid. I love, love, love this thing. Like I said, not my favorite character ever, but putting him off the comic books into a figure line like this, just amazing. I could see people using this in maybe G.I. Joe classified figures. You remember that scene of Snake Eyes and Timber when they were fighting a wolf out in the Arctic in the cartoon. You could pretend this is that big bear that was out there in the Arctic fighting them. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. I could see people buying this even if they're not Marvel Legends fans just to have. I mean, it's just a really cool figure. I do recommend this one. It's going to be interesting where this one ranks, and that's what we're going to get to next. We're going to rank the entire Ursa Major Marvel Legends wave in order of my favorite to my least favorite. All right, here we are. It's time to rank the Marvel Legend Ursa Major wave in order of my favorite to my least favorite, with some surprises and some things that probably doesn't surprise anybody. And number one, my number one favorite of this wave, to absolutely nobody's surprise that knows me and watches my videos, you guys know I love big characters. I love hairy characters, and nobody's bigger, nobody's hairier in the Marvel Legends universe, or at least in this set, than the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure from the Winter Guard. A must-have figure for me. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is what I want out of my Build-A-Figures, and really takes a little bit of a substandard, in my opinion, Marvel Legends wave. Remember, once again, I'm not the biggest Iron Man fan in the world, so this isn't really hitting a home run for me as a whole, but the Build-A-Figure definitely is. I would say this is going to be a top 10 figure of the year for me, and probably, possibly, one of my favorite, if not my favorite Build-A-Figures of all time. I'd have to sit there and do the math, but I love this one a lot. Yes, there's some things I'd like improved. I would have loved to seen the mouth open and close. That would be the number one thing. But very solid, very solid. I love it for the Winter Guard. Like I said in the review, you could easily put this with other characters, other figures outside of the Marvel Universe. I just think it's an absolutely slam dunk figure, and a Build-A-Figure that I think will be pretty valuable way in the future. So you guys better act now on this one. If you're on the fence, buy it now, sell these, get some of your money back. Do whatever you got to do. Definitely get this Build-A-Figure. And then coming in at number two, maybe no surprise there if you watch the review as well, modular Iron Man, as well as that old Iron Man from the Shang-Chi wave. Those are my Iron Man. When I was the biggest fan of Iron Man, that's what I think of. I love this modular Iron Man. It isn't bigger than other Iron Man figures, but it feels bigger. And I don't know, it's just the color combination and the throwback to the Toy Biz days of when I was hardcore collecting and playing with my toys. It just hits where I want as far as Marvel Legends go, as far as Iron Man characters go. So modular Iron Man, definitely a number two for me. And a shocker, a bit of a surprise one. I was a little bit surprised with this one. But Ironheart coming in at number three. Now, this is a character I know absolutely nothing about. But the double-jointed elbows, the pinless joints on this one, the slim-figured female, an amazing non-Iron Man style head sculpt. The regular head sculpt I have on here is amazing. Just a very strong figure all around. Even though I don't have any attachment to the character, I can tell a good figure when I see a good figure, and I like this one a lot. I don't know how popular she is to resonate with collectors out there. It'll be interesting to see where this one goes. I would definitely not be opposed, even though I don't know the character, I would love to see this head on a traditional normal body outside of the Iron Man costume. So maybe I'll figure something out there, or maybe we'll get something in the future. I don't know. Coming in at number four, one I wanted to like a lot more. I was really hoping this would be at the top of my list. It's got its flaws, that's for sure. We talked about it in the review. Go back and look at that. But it's Ultron. Ultron, obviously a big villain in the Marvel Universe, especially the cinematic universe. Comes with that Kirby crackle in the mouth. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think I would rather see painted inside. But an okay figure, but I do still prefer my Marvel Select version, and I think I'll use this one as a robot of Ultron, one of his armies or whatever. I think that's where this one will fit for me, or he'll be on a different shelf, and I'll use it as a different Ultron somewhere else. But just a cool figure, just not as good as the Marvel Select for me. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but he's one of those characters that his size is kind of all over the place, so it technically does work. But once again, the Marvel Select one is my Ultron, and that's where I'm going to stick. Number five, Dark Star, another character I'm not super familiar with, but you guys know I love my mutants. Black and yellow looks really good. The eyes on this one. It's cool to get a character, a deep cut character, or a semi-deep cut character, and part of the Winter Guard with Ursa Major as well, building out that team. That helps her move up the list a little bit farther because it's a character we definitely needed, and I'm glad they kind of shoehorned her into this set, because I think it could have went in an X-Men set, possibly. And the Winter Guard's been an interesting set, as we mentioned in the review as well, as this has been the slow build to building this team. That Red Guardian figure goes back many years ago. And that's where that line started. Then the Black Widow Crimson Dynamo Build-A-Figure, now the Ursa Major, plus the Dark Star. You get a little bit of everything there. So that's why she's right here at the number 5 position. Going to number 6 is an interesting one. And actually, I like it better. I thought this one might be my least favorite of the set, and it actually is third from the bottom. So it did okay for itself. Hologram Iron Man, is this needed? Absolutely not. Talk about a niche figure of many Iron Man figures we've gotten over the years. I don't know. It depends where you want to display this. I'd love to hear how you guys will display this one. If you want to let me, maybe give me some tips and help me out of how I should display this one in my collection. It's interesting. I really like the white piping on this one. I think that's what really brings this one and makes it stand out a little bit. But it's definitely a deep cut figure in my opinion. And that's why he's down at the bottom of the list for me at number 6. Going to number 7, the Vault Guardsman, another character I have absolutely no recollection of, no history of, no attachment to, so he doesn't do a lot for me. I guess it is cool to get another Iron Man villain in the lineup. I gotta think, do I really need to army build this one? Maybe I need to deep dive into the character a little bit more to see if I really need to do that. Maybe I'll be one and done here and he can just be an Iron Man villain on the shelf somewhere. But not a lot of meat on the bone for me there, and I just don't foresee this one being super popular in the wave once it's on retail at a consistent basis. And then the last one, a bit of a surprise to me, is the Stealth Iron Man outfit. Now, I don't know if he would be last, but you guys saw in the review, the paint from his legs, from his knees down, has a weird film to it. The arms had a weird film to it, almost like a degrading plastic. And when you look at it up close, I don't know how it'll come across on camera, but to my eye, it looks like a darker color on the legs and the arms than the chest and the head. So it's something going on here. I'm hoping it's just mine that's a bit faulty. Hopefully not everybody's is that way. Because I did think this one would be a little higher on my list. I do love that Tony Stark head that we got with that. I am going to, however, use that Tony Stark head on the AI one from the Shang-Chi wave. I think that looks a little bit better. I'll leave this one like it is. I remember having this Toy Biz version of this one way back in the early 90s as well. So I was a little bit attached to this one. So I was hoping this would be a little bit higher on the list. I knew it wouldn't be up this high, but I figured it'd be a little higher than it is. But some of the defects that I'm seeing here, at least it's got to be defects. I mean, it shouldn't have a white powder on it. I shouldn't have to clean it off. There's just something going on with that color of plastic. And like I said, I hope not everybody's is that way, but you guys in the comments let me know if you have that same issue with your Stealth Iron Man. So there it is, the Marvel Legend Ursa Major Wave. I don't know if it's better than expected. I expected the Ursa Major to be really good. I knew Modular Iron Man would be a favorite of mine. The middle was a little bit interesting. Ultron was a little underwhelming for me, but Ironheart rose for me. So they kind of cancel each other out a little bit. I didn't know what to think about the Vault Guardsman or the Hologram. I'm not sure about those. I thought this would be better than I thought it would be, and then she was kind of somewhere in the middle. So I guess it is about as expected. By no means will this be my favorite wave of the year. I don't foresee really any of these making my top 10 except maybe Ursa Major when I do my top 10 list at the end of the year, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened. We talk about it in some of the other reviews of Wrestling G.I. Joe Classified where I rank them, and somebody ranks low, and then after some time and some playability, maybe if I had to do it all over again, they would have went higher on my list. So that's possible with some of these. I don't think so, but it's always possible. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. We're unboxing every Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe Classified, NECA Ninja Turtles, AEW, WWE Wrestling, a lot of different stuff on the channel. I'm quite the Renaissance man, so there's a little bit of something for everyone on the channel. So make sure you subscribe, hit the old notification bell, of course. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to leave me a comment with your order. I'd love to see you put these in order. Even if you don't have them, take a look at them, put them in order. Can you deny this bear at number 1? Build-A-Bear Supreme, I absolutely love it. He's number 1 for me. Will he be number 1 for you? You tell me in the comments below. Of course, follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, Pro Wrestling Tees, search Kyle Peterson. Get your very own Turtle Anxiety or See You Later t-shirt. Support the channel. So there you have it for the Marvel Legends Ursa Major Wave. I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.